What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing Box Elder Peak. I'm at the trailhead right now. It's absolutely beautiful over here. It's going to be a long one today. It's about 10.5 miles, 4.9 thousand feet of gain. So I'm excited to challenge myself. I'm kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be like a long day, but I'm really excited. This place is beautiful. It's in the Uinta National Forest, I believe. So you can camp up here and stuff like that, but we're just going out one day and trying to get it done. It's pretty chilly right now, actually. Not horrible, like 55 degrees or so, but I'm gonna warm up pretty quickly on this hike, so I'm not throwing on the fleece. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's gonna be a challenge, so hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I'm gonna enjoy making it. So yeah, right now we're in this really pretty wooded area. This is absolutely beautiful. We've got this stream coming through here pretty quick. Nice lush forest, if you will. The one thing to think about is that I didn't bring bear spray, and in the woods that's a little bit more of a concern for me, but I'm not too worried. I saw some other people here, and we only have black bears in the area. So I'm not too worried, but just gonna be mindful, you know, especially out here alone. Okay, so we're coming up on this little stream. Obviously, we gotta cross it. Now we're just gonna step over it. I don't have to go in or anything, but it's pretty sweet. It's moving fast, and it's really cold water, and it's actually kind of rushing down the trail. But yeah, we're still just kind of getting started. We're kind of already just making gain. Basically the whole way in is just gainage. And then of course, the way down will be the opposite. It's an out and back. So we're just gonna have to put some miles behind us. Okay guys, so it's a little bit of gain so far, but I think we've got our first view of Box Elder Peak. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that that's the peak. So like I've been saying, it's really pretty out here, and I believe this peak right here should be a lot less scrambling than the last one we did, but it's just a lot longer of a hike. The last one was only like 4 or 5 miles. This one, like I said, 10.5. So kind of a difference in style here, but I don't know, I'm really excited. Okay, so we've got another view of the mountain a little bit. I think I said this one right here, I don't know if you guys could see. I said that one was Box Elder. I think that's wrong. Should be that big one up there with the rock on top, without where it kind of gets bare. I believe that's where we're headed. So I do that in every video. I point out like 10 different false summits or misidentify the mountain a bunch of times, but I think that's the one today. Okay guys, so as I said earlier, it was pretty chilly, but now I'm already getting warm, so definitely heating up real fast. Of course, we're kind of going in and out of the trees a little bit now, so we're getting a lot more sun, and I just think it's just warming up real quick in general. But I'm already pretty hungry. Okay, so I just got passed up by a family with a bunch of horses. So that's what the poop was. It was horse poop. It's kind of a narrow trail for the horses, but they seem to do just fine. They had a couple of dogs too. They were really sweet. But it was pretty cool to see, actually. But yeah, as I was saying, pretty hungry. Didn't have a huge breakfast, but I'm just gonna keep pushing a little bit, maybe 30 more minutes, and then we're gonna get some food and water and stuff. Try to go for at least like an hour total. I think it's been roughly 30 minutes. So once we hit that hour mark, I'll start looking for somewhere good to get my first break in. Okay guys, still just making solid gain. Probably I don't have a watch, or I don't have a fitness band or anything, but probably zone 3 right now. Definitely breathing pretty hard. Got the heart going a bit, but I've got a small concern. So we're walking along this trail. It's kind of narrow, so it's all these little bushes rubbing up against my legs, and I got shorts on, so I don't want to get any ticks. I've gotten them before, long time ago, like when I was a little kid. So I don't really want to do it again, but if it happens, it happens, and we just, I don't know, remove it when I get home. But I think we're good so far. I haven't seen any crawling around my legs, and I haven't felt it. Okay, we've got a really good view of that surrounding wilderness. We were just in, we're in all the way down there in them trees. Now we're kind of out of it. We have a long way to go to the summit. It might not look as daunting on camera, but still a ways to go. But just I don't know, taking my time. It's getting real hot now. We got these beautiful wildflowers, so probably once I get to the top of the steep that I'm on, maybe we'll see about taking a quick break. Okay, so made it to this tiny little kind of washed out spot here, but the important part is it's mostly in the shade. So I'm gonna take my break here, have a quick snack, plenty of water, probably gotta pee, and then I'll get some salt. Brought some pink Himalayan sea salt for the electrolytes, so just take a pinch or two of that because I'm sweating a lot. We have a great view now of where we're headed, all the way up there. Still super far away, but so far it's going quite well. So I'm just gonna try to get after it as quick as I can, just take a break and go. Okay guys, so I'm back at it now. Took a little break, drank a lot of water. Like I said, had my snacks. And right before I was about to go, I actually saw a guy on his way down, and he said that he got to the trailhead at 4:30 in the morning to get to the top. He said it was beautiful though. He said the last mile to the summit is absolutely brutal though. So I guess it's gonna be pretty rough. I've seen it on AllTrails. You can see the elevation and it looks steep. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to that, but at the same time it'll be a challenge, but I'm gonna have to take it really slow. Okay, so we're in a cool little spot here. As you can see, gorgeous views. But there's this little creek here that kind of falls down the mountain, kind of like a waterfall. I don't know if I would classify it as that, but it's just so cool seeing all the snow run off, and then of course it just carves these little gullies through the mountain and these streams. So look at this, guys. We got a little lizard. I've been seeing a few of them on this trail, but this is the only one not to just run right away. Okay guys, I think we're at almost 2,000 feet of gain, I'm pretty sure. And it's getting hot. It's really sunny. I've got the hood on. It feels actually really nice once I put it on. I see a lake way that way. Oh my gosh, what I would do to swim in that right now. But these views are insane. So I think in maybe 40 minutes or so, we'll be off the trail and on the ridge to the summit. And once we do that, that's supposed to be the hardest part. Super steep. Somebody said it's about a mile. The guy I ran into earlier. So it's just a super steep mile. But right now we're just like making switchbacks up this kind of mountainy hill thing. We have some great views. Yeah. We're on some steep stuff now. Not terribly steep, but a little bit steeper than what we had been doing. And it's a lot of this kind of loose stuff. But this isn't the steepest part, so we can't complain yet. But it's I'm still just shocked as to how beautiful it is here. But it's quite strenuous, if you will. But I think we're almost to the part where we split off from the trail and we follow the route on AllTrails, which is just this nice long ridge to the summit. Okay, so we've got a good view of the route here, so I'll try to point it out. So I guess we're going somewhere up that way, where eventually we get onto that ridge right there, dip down, and continue up the ridge to the top. So as you guys can see, it's very steep, and to be honest, the part I'm dreading most is descending that. It'll be hard on the knees, but it'll all be worth it. Okay, so we're getting into this rockfall area now. Pretty cool, kind of loose. I don't want anything to fall up there, and the trail's not too bad, but some of it's a bit loose, so it would suck to take a tumble down there, but I think we're gonna be all right. Okay, what's up guys? So I kind of got to the top of a lot of that steep stuff. Right now I'm in this really pretty meadow, and then that way somewhere over there is Lone Peak, which is supposed to be quite the scramble, and then over here it's like Pfeiffer Horn or something like that. I don't know if it's one of these peaks over here or if it's not visible from here, and maybe that one's not Lone Peak, but I know that whole granite chunk of mountains contains those two peaks. So we're kind of in the Lone Peak wilderness area right now, but it's not, I don't think we're going up granite. Yeah, but it's really pretty here. Just having a snack, plenty of water, and I'm gonna get some more salt in. I had some because here's what I'm eating, guys. Proto bar. They're like all natural, good amount of calories, like 200 calories per bar, and they're not that big. 15 grams of protein, and then having these fruit leathers, which are like another 80 or 90 calories, so pretty good. And then got some dark chocolate, just because I like it, and it's got a little bit of sugar to get you going. And then I'll do some pink Himalayan sea salt again to get the electrolytes back. But I'm gonna get going in just a minute. I've been sitting down for a few minutes. I met 2 other people who are also going up, but they're taking like a loop all the way around. So unless I meet them on the summit, probably won't see them again. But they told me that they did, they've done some of those over there, like Lone Peak, and they did Mount Superior, which we did last week. So pretty cool, yeah. But I'm gonna get going in a few minutes. Okay, so we're getting going now. We're just sitting in the shade over there, and here's where the Deer Creek, whatever trail goes that we were on, and here's where we go. I actually didn't think it was a trail. I thought it would just be like kind of unmarked, but I'm pretty sure once we get higher up it will be, because we're still going up there. It looks a lot closer now. It's still super super high up and daunting, but I feel pretty like well rested. So we've got mostly flat, a little bit up, a little bit down, and then we get to that super steep ridge, which is going to be quite the challenge. But it's just like every single time I look up, I see like a new, even better view. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Okay guys, so we're going pretty strong here. Still, like I said, absolutely beautiful. I've got a good view of the ridge that I'll turn around and show you guys in a second. But we're on the last little downhill before the super steep ridge. So it's kind of on some loose dirt actually. Yeah, we're about to get to like the actual brutal stuff that I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's quite the best view from where I am, but we can see it pretty well. So that ridge right there, you can see those little patches of snow. I believe we go up and then up all that ridge right there and then that way to the summit. So here's a good view now. So yeah, I believe we're going up this part here, stay on the right and then kind of stay on the left is my guess. But I'm just gonna follow the route because I could be wrong. So guys, I don't know if you how well you can see this, but it is steeper than I imagined. Although I did expect it to be quite steep. Whew, making a lot of gain now. It's pretty intense, but I think we can do it if we just take it slow like I have been. Whew. The shade feels nice too. Get a little bit of breeze as well. So I think we can do this, guys. Whew. Making gain, guys. This is about as fast as I can go right now. Whew. Super steep, but it's like it's like doing the Stairmaster, except I've never done it at altitude. Whew. Oh yeah. Okay. We've just been trucking on up, slow and steady. This part isn't too steep, but it's been rough. Came to our first real big patch of snow. If you fell down that, it would not be good. Luckily, there are some booters kind of kicked in, and if not, I could have always just gone around up it. I'm just going to be careful on this, even though it is pretty packed in. Yeah, I see other people's poles and stuff. See their poles. It's definitely a good idea to bring the poles, and even just for this gain. Whew, got some snow in the shoes. But yeah, I'm not even sure we're halfway up this ridge yet. But just gonna keep going. I'm not even gonna look at the at our progress. I'm just keep going. Okay, guys. So still making a lot of gain. We have a lot more to make. We're probably half a mile from the summit, but we still have like 14 or 1,300 vertical feet to go. Now it looks like we can go that way, but that's not the route that AllTrails says. They say to go this way. I don't want to slip down all of that snow. So I think we're gonna go check it out. See if there's like, you know, some good booters. I know people went this way, but I don't need to do it just because they did it. You know, I think I'm gonna try to get up here actually, go on that flatter part, but we'll see, because if not, we can go up and around. Okay, so we're kind of inside of the summit. It's kind of hard to see, but just taking a break here along this cliff band. We're mostly not, actually I guess trees kind of go all the way up, but we're out of a lot of the trees and now it's just pretty rocky. I don't think it's much of a scramble, maybe a tiny bit. Mostly just still walking up some steep stuff, but it's pretty nuts. And summit, you can't really see it because it's behind that rock, but it's up that way. So I'm gonna have a really quick snack and some water and get back after it. Okay, right now we're walking on this rockier, more exposed part of the ridge. It's actually not too sketch. It's pretty forgiving, like this trail. Well, not the whole thing, but this section right here. It wasn't too narrow or anything, is my point. But still getting up there. I think the people I saw somebody walking around on the summit really far up there, like 1,000 feet still. It might be those two guys that I met, and if it is, they're just hauling it. I don't know if you guys can see that tiny little figure up there, but Okay, we are really up here. It's super tiring. Kind of sketched with this loose stuff. A little bit exposed. Not here, but some of the other parts. So definitely a little bit sketchy. Not nearly as bad as the last thing I did. But I think that should be summit. The actual one. I don't think it's like a false summit or anything. And it looks close. Still a few hundred vertical feet. But we're almost there. Okay guys, so we're approaching the summit, I believe. I don't think I got it mixed up. There's just a little bit of scrambling now. So I stowed the pole and I've got you guys on my chest and we're just gonna get up this last little bit. Come on. It's not very difficult scramble. Definitely not as hard as what we did last week. But dang. I think this is it. Oh yeah, those are the guys that I met. Not even a scramble, really. Hello. Almost there. 10 more feet. There we go. Wow.
Yeah, good stuff.
Incredible. All right guys, so we're descending now. Summit's a few hundred feet back that way, but we're going down all this ridge that we came up. So I'll update you guys once we get closer to the bottom. Okay guys, so we're still making our way off the ridge. We're almost down. As you can see, there's that saddle where we came up earlier. And we're off of the big, rocky, loose stuff. So now we're just making our way down this steep section and we'll be back at that meadow. Okay guys, we're off the long ridge up to the summit. Didn't take us too long to get down. If I check the time, probably took us maybe 45 minutes if I had to guess. But now we're going back down the way we came. Okay guys, so I don't know if you can see that guy all the way over there. He's a cool dude. I met him at the summit. Oh, by the way, that's the meadow. We took a snack in, met him at the summit, and we chilled and talked for a little while. And we kind of talked the whole way down. We were all the way up there, guys. Talked all the way down that ridge, came up to this meadow, and then like he went one way and I went another, and because there's two trails, and I was like, oh, like did you come from that way? And I was like, oh man, you know, sad to see a new buddy go. But he said he doesn't even have YouTube, so that's okay. But told him if he ever gets it to look me up. His name was Spencer. He was a cool guy. But now we're back on our own, which is both nice and a little bit sad. Okay, so I'm off a lot of the sketchy steep stuff. Still kind of a long way down. Some of it's still gonna be a bit steep, but I've got you guys back on the stick. And I'm gonna get serious now, guys, with what I'm talking about, because it's actually kind of interesting to think about. But basically, it's about that dude Spencer. So you guys saw him, and here's the thing, like, he was a pretty cool dude. And I was kind of thinking about it after we separated, like, you know, like you can you know, there's people, sorry, I gotta adjust my bag. There's people you can like you meet out here and stuff like that, and it's nice to meet new people. You know, he was fun to talk to, and like I could be like, hey man, like, you know, add me on Snap, like it was really cool. Like we should do some more, you know, we should do some hikes together, get some mountains, because he was kind of interested in some of the same stuff that I am, and he had kind of some of the same ambition and kind of view about hiking and you know, getting some peaks like I do. But then there's kind of like another part where it's kind of nice to like meet somebody like that, where again, you know, I could kind of befriend them, or maybe it's just nice to meet somebody, talk to them, get to know them, But then when it's time to say goodbye, don't even keep up with them. Not because it's like a hassle or like, oh, I didn't like that guy, but just because you don't need to keep up with everybody you meet. And I don't know, it's kind of a fun way to go about stuff, because you meet somebody, and we got to talking for a little while, and we got to talk for an hour or so. We learned a little bit about each other, and like, I don't know, I'd say we clicked pretty well, but then you just never see that person again, which is actually, like I said, sounds sad, but I actually think it's kind of nice, just because it's a good way to get out there, and you know, it feels good, and it's good for your I don't know, self-esteem, helps you with self-confidence, and I just think it's like a nice way to live. Just meet people and be nice and have conversations, but then also understand that, you know, you could just say goodbye to those people, you don't have to see them again. Which, like, I don't know, maybe this was corny, guys, or maybe it didn't make that much sense. Maybe it made more sense in my head, but I just thought it was interesting to think about, because as I was walking away, I was like, you know, maybe I could have said something, but at the end of the day, I think it's almost better just to now not see them again, but maybe sometime in the future you think about that. Maybe in 20 years I'll remember hiking Box Elder Peak, and I'll remember Spencer, the dude that I met, or maybe not, but it's just interesting to think about. Okay guys, making pretty good pace on this descent. We're already back in this hill mountain thing in this kind of aspen grove area, so there's some aspens, but yeah, but back in all the greenery. But it's been a pretty extreme one today. Going up, of course, like I said, that ridge had me a little bit freaked out because some of it was loose and sketchy. Well, a little bit of exposure, but not too bad. But now it's just a bit of a haul back, not too far, but a couple miles, and it's downhill. So the knees are gonna feel it. But I think maybe like an hour and a half further is my guess. That could be way off. Maybe 2. To be honest, maybe even 2.5. It took me 4 to get up. But I don't know, I feel pretty good. And we're kind of trucking on down. So yeah, just for the update, the views. What's up guys? So I know it's not the best idea to take off the sun hoodie because it protects us from the sun, but I'm getting ridiculously hot even with it on. So I took it off. My 2 concerns: I don't want to get skin cancer, and don't want to get bit up by bugs even more than I might already be, but I actually think I've been okay. But as you guys can see, I'm very white. So there's, oh shit, my bad. Sorry about that. As you guys can see, I'm very white. So that's a positive if I get skin cancer. At least I'm gonna tan a little bit before summer vacation. So okay guys, I don't know if you can see this. It's a beautiful red-tailed hawk. I can't really see it on the camera, but I think you guys can. It's just hard because it's small, but it's up there. Absolutely beautiful. I kind of saw it flying earlier and I didn't really think about it, but then I heard the screech, which many people hear, like the bald eagle like sound effect screech. That's actually a red-tailed hawk. Bald eagles sound quite a bit different, and I heard that and my first thought was a bald eagle, and I was like, well no, that's actually a red-tailed hawk. And I looked up and I saw a beautiful like display of feathers. I saw like the bright red tail, so it's a pretty cool sight. They have them in Illinois too. I don't know, this is maybe a cooler location to see one though. Okay guys, so after all of that, we're I think just about back in these woods that we started in with the fir trees and stuff. Still, of course, like all the aspens and whatnot. We're still kind of high up in it, I think, but we're I suppose getting back into these woods, which means it's not too much further. Maybe 1.5 miles, 1.7, but it's all much more shaded, which is nice. All right, guys, we're just about a half a mile-ish from the trailhead, so from the end of the trail. So it was a pretty crazy one, but we're just about out of here. Spencer, if you ended up looking this up, watching my video, I know you said you don't use YouTube much. I'm guessing that means you got down safe, which is good, because I hope he's getting down safe too. But we're just about at the car, so I'll see you guys in about half a mile, or maybe 10 or 15 minutes. What's up, guys? We're back at the car. The official stats are 10.6 miles, about 4.8 thousand feet of gain. It took us about 6.5 hours. So I am exhausted. I'm very thirsty. So I guess thank you guys so much for watching. It wasn't as technically demanding as the last peak we did, but I think it was much more physically demanding, especially on that uphill, on that ridge, and even just mentally demanding. I mean, on that ridge specifically, I thought I wasn't going to make it. My head wasn't really hurting, but I was getting a little bit lightheaded, and I was super tired, and I thought I wasn't going to make it, but we pushed through, and I made it, and now I'm back at the car. Now I just have to drive about an hour and a half home, which is probably the worst part. But thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time filming this, super challenging, but I feel great about myself now that I did it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.